Patrick here from Have Cheetah Will View, and it is now 1:08. I am running so late. I'm pushing a bunch of pieces around, and I realized I have not done my video for my NFL picks. So instead of doing a live stream, I'm just going to crank out a quick video for it. Um, Last week I went 9-4. Um, I was lucky to do that because it looked pretty doom and gloom early on. The first 7 games, I was only 4-3, so yikes. But I still ended up 9-4. I'll take that. Um, so this week's picks will be as follows. Um, First game up on the schedule is Thursday night's game, and on paper it looks like a doozy. It looks like maybe one of the games of the year. Green Bay at Arizona, but it seems like I've been hearing some whispers that Green Bay is really, really racked on injuries. They are thin, and you cannot be thin this year going against Arizona. Arizona is looking very, very good, and you can't come in there. You can't come in there crippled. Um, Green Bay's a talented team. If they were healthy, this would be a coin toss. In all seriousness, the way Green Bay has been playing the last 6 games, but with them being banged up and on the road against Arizona, yeah, we're gonna go with Arizona on this one. Yeah, Arizona looks strong. Uh, Let's see. Next are two teams that are really struggling. Atlanta did win last week, so they did pull up the win. Carolina struggled again. Darnold got benched for this game. I don't know exactly. I don't know why. It's really curious to know why. I know he didn't maybe play that well, but a lot of it has to do with everybody's pressuring. Everybody's pressuring to try to break their losing streak, and losing to the Giants. I can see some panic buttons being pushed there. So and now they're openly looking for a quarterback. Deshaun Watson was being talked about, and yeah, and you don't really need that kind of press when you're trying to establish Darnold as your quarterback. Everybody has a bad game. Everybody does. You got to have confidence in the guy. He's a really good quarterback, and he's going to go through some lumps. It's not like Carolina came in there with an awesome team built around him. I mean, it was better than the Jets, but it's by no means a world beating team. So um, and the defense didn't exactly play all that either. I mean, your defense giving up 25 points against the Giants. Yeah, that's not too good on you. Uh, Falcons. God, they just won such an ugly game last week, but they are at home. Um, but you know what? I'm going to go with Carolina. I'm going to stick with Carolina. I think they got moxie. I think they're going to go ahead and do it. All right. Next is Miami at Buffalo. Oh my gosh, do we even have to talk about this? Last time Miami and Buffalo played, Buffalo beat them by 35, and that was at Miami. Now they're at Buffalo, and it's colder weather. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go with Buffalo on that. Chicago or San Francisco at Chicago. San Francisco season is over. It is over, and they will be trying to flush in some new players. 2-5 against 7-0. They're 5 games out of first. The only good thing about it is the Rams are still playing really well, so the Rams are there. They're not going to catch the Rams. They're not going to get the Cardinals. They're done. I don't even know if they can even compete for a wild card spot. At Chicago, I think Chicago did okay last week against Tampa. I mean, no, they didn't. They got crushed. That was actually funny because I mentioned before that Tampa Bay needed a signature win in last week's talk chat. I was doing my picks. I said Tampa Bay needed a signature win, and they went out and got one. They obliterated Chicago 38-3. Chicago's San Francisco's no Tampa Bay. I think they're back down at Chicago's level. So I'm actually going to take Chicago at home against San Francisco. The game of the week. The game of the week is the next game, and yeah, this is it. This is a really important game. Um, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Cleveland is banged up. They barely beat the Broncos. Mayfield's out. He's going to have surgery. Kareem Hunt is out. They might get Chubb back this week. I don't know. Um, if the Steelers have any hope at all of getting back into the season, this is a must win. Especially that Cincinnati won last week against the Ravens, and now has a 2-0 lead in the division. So Pittsburgh needs this win. They beat the Browns. They will pass them to go into third place. They'll be 4-3. Browns will be 4-4. More importantly, the Steelers will be back to 1-1 in the division. This is a must game. The Steelers are coming off a bye, so they've had a chance to get healthy. They've had a chance maybe to develop a second running back behind Najee Harris. Harris has been coming on strong. He's got 388 rushing yards. But you know that the defense is going to be focused on him in the backfield. The Steelers desperately need another running back option. Otherwise, the running game becomes one-dimensional. Everybody focuses on Harris. You got to establish a threat. I've been saying that all year long. I'll continue to say it. You got to have a running game. You got to be developing another running back. So there's that. Next is probably the one is Philadelphia at Detroit. It's probably one of the few games left on the schedule where Detroit can actually get a win. I mean, Philly's 2-5. They're not very good. The Lions are at home. This is it. I mean, you're looking at a possible 0-16 season. I think they desperately need to win this game. I think they actually. I said I wasn't going to pick Detroit again this year, but I am this game. I'm picking Detroit. But yeah, I'm picking all the home teams this week so far. But I think that will change with the next pick because Tennessee is at Indianapolis. Tennessee is schizophrenic as hell. What can I say? They last time let's see who they beat up on. Yeah, they whooped up on Kansas City. This is the same Tennessee team that lost to the Jets. Lost to the Jets. Lost to Seattle. But they're 5-2 now. They've reestablished themselves. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Tennessee to win on the road against Indianapolis. Though Indy did have a very nice road win against San Francisco last Monday night. But they are not. They are not Tennessee. San Francisco's not Tennessee with Derrick Henry. So we're picking Tennessee to win against Indianapolis. Next, Cincinnati at the Jets. Bengals all day long. Bengals are for real. They obliterated. The Jets were obliterated by Tampa last week. Gave up 54 points. Cincinnati destroyed Baltimore 41-17. That I said that Baltimore would be they would be sleeping on Cincinnati, and I was right. Though I had the Ravens still winning by a very close game, I knew that the Ravens would come in sleepy, taking Cincinnati for granted. You know, as a team they'd beaten before. Mistake. Cincinnati not only won, but they whipped that ass. So they have a 2-0 lead in the AFC North. They are in the driver's seat. Everybody else is now chasing the Bengals. As Hobbs was so happy to point out that at the NFL playoffs were to start today, the Bengals would be the number one seed in the AFC. But there's still a lot of games to go. There's 10 games to go. A lot could happen. The Rams at Houston. Yeah, the Rams will win this game. Houston's just not very good at all. They seem to be getting worse every week. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have a W left in them. Let's see. Did they have? I think they got wiped out last week, and they did. They got wiped out last week by Arizona. They weren't in the game. Kyler Murray carved them up. So Yeah, and it's just not a very good team. Let's see. Next up, the next up are the Patriots. The Patriots blew up the Jets. Belichick put the pedal down to the gas, and then beat the Jets 54-13. And now they're at the Chargers, who were coming off a big ass whooping of their own before the bye week. You know what? I'm gonna go back on the road. This is my third straight road game. I'm gonna pick New England to beat the Chargers. Um, they got busy. They had a purpose in their game last week. So I'm gonna take the Patriots over the Chargers. Next up, Jacksonville at Seattle. Wow, Jacksonville is just what Seattle needs. This is the chicken soup for Seattle. Um, Jacksonville coming in, they got to win. They got a W, so they might be feeling a little good about themselves. But I do think Seattle is definitely a much better team than Jacksonville, and I think their defense is going to be way more than the Jags can handle. So I'm taking Seattle. Washington at Denver. Wow. Now Denver's home. Washington's scoring defense is god awful. Um, the Broncos played the Browns extremely tough, only lost by 3. Um, that says something about the Denver. Denver is I'm going to pick Denver. I think Denver has. I think they've had enough. I think they're going to go ahead and rally and beat the Redskins, and get back into the. I mean the playoffs are right there within Denver's reach. They're 3-4. Yes, they've lost 4 in a row, but they're still right there because the Chiefs are not the Chiefs. So they can get into this. They can get into this. They can still compete. They're not that far away from the Raiders. So if they can win here, they'll be 4-4 and back on the hunt. So I'm picking Denver to beat Washington. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Tampa Bay to win this on the road against New Orleans. New Orleans is good. It's decent. They won last week. Tough game against Seattle, 13-10. So their defense is there. Offense is not. I think Tampa Bay's offense is going to be too much for their defense. Uh, Tom Brady, the GOAT, looks strong. They got their signature blowout win. That's what, reestablish themselves as the team to win, as to beat. So I'm picking Tampa. The Sunday night game is going to be Dallas at Minnesota. Minnesota's been playing a lot better than people expected, including myself. I did not expect the Vikings to be playing as well as they have. They're okay. They're not stinking. They're coming off a bye week. They'll be healthier, but I still think Dallas is going to be too much for them. Dallas seems to be on a mission. They want to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. Don't know if that will happen. I don't know if the Cardinals will lose this year. They actually could go 16-0. Okay. So I'm picking Dallas to beat Minnesota. And Monday night, November 1st, Monday night game is the Giants at Kansas City. Wow, 3 weeks ago, this wouldn't even been a game to even talk about, but it is now. It is now. We can talk about this game now because I really got to be honest with you. I don't know who's going to win. Um, the Giants look good. They actually look pretty good. They beat Carolina. They whipped that ass. They did. Kansas City looks absolutely lost in space. Um, do you like that? Lost in space. I like that. Um, this is the mark of an Andy Reid team. The same thing happened to him in Philadelphia. Had a really good team, got a little juice, and then the team fell apart. I'm not an Andy Reid fan, ever, never. Even I'm less of an Andy Reid fan than I am. I like Mike Tomlin more than I like Andy Reid. That should tell you how much I don't like Andy Reid. Um, so I think the Giants are going to come in there and I don't know. I want to say they're going to come in and upset them, but gosh, I still got to say Kansas City is still the better team. but they're just free falling. They're free falling. There's no leadership on that team. Um, the Giants, they played better. Um, I'm okay. I'm gonna say it. This is my upset of the week. I'm gonna pick the Giants to beat the Chiefs on the road. How crazy is that? I could be coming in next week with a 4-10 record. I could, but that'll probably be one of the wins. Two teams had the bye this week, and both teams really need it, and that is Baltimore and the Las Vegas Raiders. Um, both have played really tough schedules, and probably really desperately need the bye. So no Ravens, no Raiders this week. All right, so that's my picks for this week. Let me know yours in the comments below. If you like what you hear, please hit the sub button, hit the bell, notification bell, let you know when I'm dropping one of these again. And yeah, we will talk at you soon. Yeah, all right, that's it. See you next week. Peace.